Hello, welcome back to a few rated games on Arena. Stefan started playing, I think, week before Easter, a few 1v1s against different opponents, and the first game is between Stefan and Dobbs here. Stefan here as the Persians, Dobbs playing in red as the Indians. And you can see Stefan still on a 2k2 plus rating, not sure how good his performance will be. And Dobbs sitting on 2k, he has been to 2k1 plus, I think, but Stefan technically should be the better rated player. So let's see about this game and about the civilizations actually. Persians against Indians could be interesting. Not sure how good the Indians are in this matchup. Indians on Arena, I feel like they're not really being understood here. I think they could be stronger, but I personally don't know what to do with Indians, except for the Imperial Camels maybe. So let's see how Dobbs is going to play this. Imperial Camels will be strong here, but then again, Persians can go easily for halberdiers and should be fine. And Persians, not a good stuff on Arena in general against most other civilizations, but against Indians, I guess they could be fine here. A lot of houses coming up from Dobbs. A little bit surprised to see this. 4 houses in immediately, but the mill also coming up here, so it's all fine, I guess. Second boar on the corner inside, far away, using the sheep to keep the boar at distance. Very nice to see the sheep block here. But let's go for the maps now. Main gold on the side, on the far side here, so not entirely safe, but not too bad here. The third gold outside, second gold safe in the back, second stone safe in the back, and the main stone forwardish on the side here. 3 deer inside, which is nice to have, so Dobbs should have a decent start. I think it's 3 deer, yeah, looks good. And we have one relic close to the base, and then we have extra gold and a relic in a neutral zone, another extra gold here also on the right hand side. And this relic is closer to Stefan already. There is one closer to Dobbs, and another one, the last one that we see, somewhere in between the 2 players here. Stefan's third gold is outside, to the front here, extra stone on the left hand side. Neither player doesn't needs a lot of castles, I guess, so that shouldn't be the big problem with the stone. Main gold on the side, somewhat in the back, but not entirely safe here. Could be interesting. Second stone safe for the back, and a second gold safe in the back. The main stone is forward. We've seen third gold. I think we've seen everything there is to know about this map. Dobbs is the first to click up to feudal age. Quite early actually, 25 population. Stefan is going 27. That's 3 villages more. And of course Persians can go up really fast. I guess there was deer in the back here, but don't really need to. And I expect Stefan to go with the barracks as well. We might see scouts and camels from both players actually. It's possible at least. Now, Dobbs should have the resources to be able to get the 2 buildings as well as the necessary food to click up. We have stable and blacksmith coming up immediately. Nice little wall off in front of the main TC. And I think food-wise he should be fine here. Of course, Dobbs has the cheaper villages. At the same time, Stefan has the faster working TCs. He's going for 2 extra villages as well, standard, and he's going for 3 villages on the market. And this is really important. If you want to be able to click up after the second village has finished, you need to have more villages on the market, more than 2 at least, or at least for some time. And like this, you can see Dobbs is ahead in castle age by 22 seconds, but Stefan has 2 more villages, and he caught up a little bit here. He technically had a better start, I guess. Now Stefan getting hit because he's walking close to the walls, and Dobbs should be able to chase the scout away. Looks like Stefan is trying to get as much information as possible about Dobbs' map before he's actually moving the scout back, or maybe he wants to sword this, but market blacksmith up. No barracks, no stables for Stefan. Interesting. A lot of wood in the bank. Look at this. This is enough for 3 TCs actually, and a monastery. Monastery coming up, and I guess 2 extra TCs. One maybe around the main gold. Possibly directly on the main gold actually. Another one here in the back on the second gold in that wood line. 2 farms here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's enough space for 5 farms. Looking good. First monk on the way. Dobbs in the meantime, monastery up, second TC coming up. Somewhat close to the wood line, but not directly on wood. I guess he wants to fit a lot of farms around that. 3rd TC waiting a little bit. There's the first monk as well as 2 scouts now. 4 military units in total, so I guess 3, because I only can see 1 monk. There is 1 scout outside and 2 extra scouts on the map as well. Stefan shouldn't be able to get too many relics in. I think Dobbs should be able to protect those relics with the scouts and make sure that Stefan needs to fight for them. Second monk on the way. How much relics can Stefan see? He can see, cannot see the relic on the left. Only now he's finding out about it and is going away with the scout, of course. But now he can see all the relics. One is disappearing immediately. So Stefan knows, yeah, that one's too far away, and the scouts in the field make sure it's not going to be easy to get those relics. 3 TCs up and running. No 4th TC. Is get enough gold to buy 100 stone. Instead he's buying food. And not a bad idea, I guess. Dobbs should be up in 30C, should get that up, and it's up already. So 1 TC somewhat on the wood line, but with enough space for farms. 1 TC on the wood line here, and looks like both players are focusing on a boom here, and not so much on the castle age fight. Stefan not even going for that relic on the right hand side, but he's got no gate here, and he might get caught with the monk. He should have 2 monks. Did he lose one? I thought he was creating a second monk. Could try to convert this, but no, the scout's just moving by. And of course Dobbs in the meantime is saying, hey, there is relics around, but Stefan is close with the scout here. He wants to snipe that monk, picking up the relic, and is Dobbs able to protect this relic? He is moving there in the right direction. Can he see the scout? Oh yes, nice find. Look at this, that was perfect. Stefan getting attacked and too slow to run the scout back. And Stefan could have taken his chance to grab this relic, but Dobbs is going there immediately. He's going for hand card as well, quite early on, and an archer range coming up. Does he want to go for crossbowman in Castle Age? Or is it a preparation for hand cannon as an imp? That's also possible. Mark it up in the back now, and he's missing a second imp building here to be able to click up, but it doesn't have enough food yet, so it's not a big thing. We have an outpost coming up here from Stefan to have a lot of vision to see if and when Dobbs is starting to go aggressive maybe. Siege workshop is up, the defensive mangonel on the way, and Stefan looks like he could be clicking up to Imperial Age quite soon. He's ahead in the village number, makes sense with the faster working Persian TCs. He's got the 2 Imperial Age buildings, he got a decent amount of farms up. That's how many? Let's see, 34 farmers, Dobbs with 35? Wow, that's quite nice. Both players have a very good food economy, and now you can see the 3 scouts moving around to find out about the mangonel here. A few camels also, so it looks like it's gonna be hand cannoneers and maybe a few camels as support unit. Loom coming in from Dobbs, and both players are on the way to Imperial Age again. We have Stefan clicking up 20 seconds before, but he's a lot faster. That's 45 seconds difference even. So Stefan will be up first, and the most interesting part for me in a mini boom game here with 3 TCs for both players is the transition into imp. Barracks coming up now, and second barracks, but archer range is pikeman on the way. Looks like both players want to have some... No, wait, archery, that's hand cannoneers for him. I guess both players want to go for hand cannoneers, but Stefan also needs to be able to fight camels here, so he's going for the pikeman upgrade, and possibly should go for a few pikemen as well. Yeah, he's doing that. He's going for the university to get chemistry up, and the forward barracks, which might or might not go up. Elite skirmisher done here for Dobbs. I'm really surprised to see this, but maybe he's expecting Helliers and saying, okay, I can counter this. You can see villager moving forward now, but the elite skirmisher is making sure that this forward building is not going up. One scorpion, because why not? Both players are up to Imperial Age. Chemistry coming in from Stefan, chemistry coming in from Dobbs. Nobody's going for cavalry units yet. Maybe later on, maybe for light cav hussars, it's possible. Another siege workshop coming in from Stefan. And Stefan wasn't stone, so he could build a castle. The question is, there's the main stone. Do we want to go for forward castle here? And actually Stefan is doing exactly that. Dobbs going with the castle as well, inside his building, to the front here, guarding the third stone, the main stone somewhat. Brace up Bloodlines Chemistry Guild. So looks like we might see heavy and Imperial camels actually for Dobbs, or is it just going for light cav and hussar maybe? It's also an option. We do see 4 stables at least, and I think that's 4 archer rangers to cast this up. Maybe a trebuchet might be a good option. Both players have a castle. Stefan is not going for trap yet. Ring archer arm on the way. I think the hand cannon production must be starting. It's a slow early Imperial Age, let's call it like that. Both players are gathering their army. They're not going to attack early on. Very patient here, and you can see now Stefan moving out of the mining camp and 2 more barracks. I'm not sure about the barracks here, but I guess it makes sense against those camels. 2 men are coming in from Dobbs as well. Stefan doing conscription, and a few villages here might build another TC. Possibly at least. Do we have any trebuchets coming up? There is 1 from Dobbs, and Dobbs should be producing hand cannons as well. No, he's not doing that. He was going for chemistry, but it's elite skirmishers and camels for now. Siege engineers on the way, so bombard cannons is the unit choice here, siege choice with the trebuchets as well. And we have onager done from Stefan, but bombard cannons in as well, and neither player is going to attack heavily. We have a siege workshop getting attacked by the trebuchet. The bombard cannons might move forward. Right hand side, those villages are taking the extra gold. An outpost here in the middle. I think Stefan should... Yeah, I can see the extra gold. He could go for that. And villager-wise is 28 ahead. That's a lot here, but it won't be game deciding in early imp. Well, let's see, bombard cannons from players. Looks like there's still 2 bombard cannons left, and Stefan is population capped. Ooh, I'm not hearing anything. Now I can hear everything. I hope it wasn't muted. I wasn't even paying attention, but it's possible that it was muted. If the game sound was muted, I'm very, very sorry about this, but the action is starting now. I guess you could see the change of the volume. Ooh, please tell me that my mic should be on. I hope I didn't. Okay, I'm going to continue here. Siege Ram coming from Stefan, halberdiers, hand cannoneers, and bombard cannons against a few camels, but only normal camels. Elite skirmishers and bombard cannons as well, 12+1 range. Persians don't get siege engineers, or do they? I'm not sure, I think not. But don't call me on that, I never know about that upgrade really. And the bombard cannons have an advantage here with the +1 range for Dobbs, for the Indians players. Going for heavy camel now, just in case, walling off here because he's over chopping a little bit. And that gate is falling just after it gets built, after it gets finished. Heavy camel finally on the way. Architecture coming from Stefan. Plate mail armor to get those halberdiers fully upgraded on the defense. And then he needs attack upgrades, I guess. That's 4 bombard cannons and now 3 siege rams moving forward. This is very important because there's only the heavy camels that are able to take down siege rams. The bombard cannons, okay, they have that option, but it takes a long time. The elite skirmishers are just not good at that. The heavy camels are moving in to try and snipe a few bombard cannons of Stefan. They're getting 1, but have to move back, and only 1 siege ram left. And then there's 2 more coming up, and Stefan has a lot of food, a lot of stone in the bank, a good amount of food, not so much gold, but he's alright here, and he is on 154 villagers, which is a lot. He's banking for a longer game, I guess, 38 minutes in, but there is only that main fight in the middle between the 2 players, nothing else happening. Stefan taking 1 extra gold, Dobbs having a castle on that extra gold actually, but the villagers are idle. I think he should send a few more, maybe 2 or 3. Imperial camel on the way, Dobbs is spending a lot of resources. Stefan in the meantime, can see he's still got a lot of resources in the bank, and he won't go for paladins here. Wouldn't make sense. We might see heavy scorpions later on. Orange and siege rams done, or just more bombard cannons. I think the bombard cannons and siege rams are a very good army composition here. What else should you go for? I imagine we might see hussars in the late game. If it's going late, you can see a lot of resources in the bank. That's almost meter resources from Stefan. He's a very, very good macro player. We know this. Stefan has been known for that. He's going for more barracks. He's queuing up a lot of those halberdiers. Not sure if multi-queue is on. Guilds and blast furnace coming in for Stefan as well. That's the sign to go for a long game. The guilds upgrade. And the price is looking okay for food still. Wood was sold a lot, actually, was sold heavily. And now the question is, can Stefan deal with elite skirmishers? There is bombard cannons, so it's possible to snipe them down, but it's not easy to go there. Those Imperial camels, 160 HP, +5 pierce armor, of course, so they are pretty strong here. And we have another trebuchet and a few bombard cannons for Dobbs as well. That's 5 against, I can see, no, it's 5 actually. 1 going down from Stefan. Bombard cannon micro can be so important, can be game deciding. Both players are 190 plus population. Dobbs is population capped now, 197. Stefan capped on 194. And it looks like Dobbs is gaining a little bit of ground here. Stefan is lacking military units here, so 150 villagers, but he doesn't have enough military units yet. He's producing from almost every building. Is he producing hand cannoneers? Yes, but he's also losing units at the same time. And Dobbs seems to have the higher value in his units with those Imperial camels. A lot of resources in the banks for Dobbs as well. This game could really go either way, and it looks like there's not really a civilization advantage for any player at this point, because there's bombard cannons. Okay, +1 range, that's a difference, I guess, but the Persians have good halberdiers, have siege rams, and they should be able to fight this. The elite skirmishers are lacking bracers, as far as I remember, so that's really not the best option to go against that. I imagine hussars should be added later on, but as long as those Imperial camels are around, it's going to be difficult to do that. Not sure if Dobbs is taking a good fight here. I think Dobbs should have gone for Onagers himself. Maybe he's got the resources to do so, and that would allow him to stop the siege rams by using siege. The bombard cannons are not really the perfect counter here. And at the same time, the elite skirmishers taking out a lot of halberdiers, so those Imperial camels, a few of them were taken out, but they are able to snipe the siege rams and are quite successful at that. Another of those bombard cannons going down, and Dobbs is showing a good army control here, showing a nice micro. That castle is really dangerous, a trebuchet in range of that castle, or other way around. And I think this castle might go up, but it's going to go down really fast here. Stefan, of course, has a lot of stone. I think he should have added a support castle in the right-hand side first, but it's helping him a little bit, and looks like Dobbs has a harder time to micro his Imperial camels. The elite skirmish is still doing a lot of damage, and we have bombard cannons and trebuchets taking that castle down. So 60 against 26 military units, and Dobbs is looking good here. The castle coming up as support, as I said before, but but even now it's getting delayed, at least because the lead skirmishers were hitting those villagers. Now Stefan is moving forward with villagers, a siege workshop and a few barracks coming up, help production starting. That's a nice idea. That gold still being taken by Dobbs. There's a lot of gold to take, also from Stefan, still 3 villagers taking gold, and it looks like it may come down to the better economy if the game is going really post-imp, which is happening right now. You can see 48 minutes into the game, almost all the upgrades are done. I'm not seeing any upgrades missing for now, and Dobbs is producing Imperial Camels and elite skirmishers, Stefan is producing halberdiers, and I guess, does he still go for a hand cannoneers? No, not right now. So siege rams it is. Makes a lot of sense, and those Imperial Camels are really, really strong. Maybe that's the difference in this game, the use of the unique unit, and for the Indians it's considerably better in the 1v1, because going for war elephants, Stefan could have done it with castles in the back, but he decided to go with forward castles here, and I think it makes more sense as well. Trebuchet now hitting that castle still, and those Imperial Camels, they are going down over time, but Dobbs is able to get more and more and more of them. He is again population capped on 197. Stefan though the same thing, and Stefan is starting to hit those walls using siege rams and is now going in. This gold is safe for now. The siege rams also hitting the castle here. Dobbs only now doing a few stables, and that's only 4 villagers, so this castle might fall fast, and Dobbs needs to send elite skirmishers back. Nice attack on the side here from Stefan, trying to distract Dobbs from microing in the middle, and it looks like those halberdiers now getting a few good kills. The Imperial Camels need to move back, but they're also all going forward, and Stefan might be able to turn the game around here a little bit. Siege rams taking on stables now. That's very important because Dobbs needs to rebuild them. I think he should put them right here on the left hand side, or maybe somewhere in the back, but maybe on the left would be better. And the castle went down. There's a few Imperial Camels now getting produced. Needs another mining camp here, Dobbs, and Dobbs might need to try and fix those walls. Instead he's going with siege workshop. Now the second gold is open, or third gold actually, and it looks like Stefan is putting pressure from the side. He is catching up in military numbers, and he's going for siege workshop. The trebuchet now hitting that castle, and Dobbs has to micro several groups of Imperial Camels, which is not easy to do, obviously. And Stefan was really playing well here. Now finally, Scout Cav production starting. Light Cav should come in any second now, and both players are still on very good populations. But Dobbs lost the military advantage somehow, and those Imperial Camels are taking a lot of hits from the halberdiers. Not sure if these siege workshops will go up. It doesn't really matter, I guess, because Stefan is continuing to push, or at least trying to. One single siege ram moving forward, another siege workshop coming up here from Dobbs as well, and Stefan is expanding here. A few more stables coming up towards the middle, and at the same time he's moving halberdiers forward. That's maybe not the best idea, but going with a light cav and possibly with hussars is a good option. Onagers now coming in again. Dobbs is microing, but ooh, big shot. Look at this. That's at least 10 elite skirmishers going down with one shot, and the halberdiers and light cav can move in. Imperial Camels behind that. They're not really getting the fighting position they want to have. That's the advantage for trash units here. You can mix them and you get good fights here. Stefan doing the hussar upgrade. He's still got one trebuchet left to attack this castle, but 4 traps here from Dobbs, and they're getting attacked by halberdiers. This is not good. Dobbs still more military units, but where are they? I'm not sure. I guess that's a lot of elite skirmishes now. Those Imperial Camels are not moving, and the halberdiers are taking very good fights. Stefan still producing halberdiers as well. He's trying to get those siege workshops on forward. He's got 2 trebuchets now, and it looks like he's taking more and more map control here. He is finishing that gold, and he's still allowing Dobbs to go for the extra gold on the map, but it's not a big thing, I guess, if Stefan can break this castle and can try to put pressure from his own base. We have siege rams again moving forward, a few hussars now going into raid. Dobbs is chasing them using light cav, and there is no Imperial Camels left, none I can see at least. So Dobbs must be really low on gold, and that's the problem for him. I think Stefan with the siege ram has the better options in the post-Imperial Age game. Bombard cannons are really expensive, siege rams are a little bit cheaper, and trebuchets will go down to the hussars here. The castle fell, and 58 minutes into the game, Stefan has taken the score lead. Not the population lead, he is still only half the military population, but it feels like he has more, because look at this, there's a lot of elite skirmishers, that's maybe half the military units from Dobbs, and not so many Imperial camels. Dobbs selling some stone even, and wood to get some gold in, and he is recovering a little bit, but Stefan using the few military units that he has in a very, very effective way. He's going for more stables on the left hand side. I like this approach. He's going with military buildings wherever he's moving forward, and the siege ramp still doing damage. That gold cannot be taken by Dobbs any longer. I think Stefan could even try to move forward, build a castle there, and just try to get that gold in. It would be really helpful for him as well. Imperial camels now behind the lead skirmishers. Looks like Dobbs is able to fight back a little bit. 110 villagers is not the perfect count. I guess Dobbs needs to go for a few more villas as well. Needs to garrison these villagers. He's losing more and more. And Dobbs has to send Imperial camels to be able to stop the raiding. The maps from Dobbs is really open now, considering that it's an arena map. There's a lot of holes and there's a lot of potential raiding here coming up. Stefan still has enough food to produce a lot of hussars. He is population capped at 188, and there is the hussars fighting the elite skirmishers without too much resistance, because Dobbs cannot afford too many more Imperial camels. There's a group of them, but once they're approaching Helbriest, it's going to be really dangerous. And hussar raiding still continuing. The Imperial camels trying to clear this up, but Stefan has a decent score lead now. KD almost similar, but Stefan, I guess, had the better economy, and while he's still not with a better military count, he is still pushing as well, going for raiding after raiding, and Dobbs is not able to like wall this off, go for a gate or something. Stefan has still enough stone for a castle. Dobbs could go for a few walls and a gate, but that's pretty much it. And all other stone he would need to buy. I think he should send villagers again to get the gold. He's doing that now. And Stefan, in the meantime, is still getting more and more military units grouped up. And they're moving forward. Halberdiers and hussars mainly now. And a few siege units from time to time. Stefan, only 35 military units. A few single siege ramps here inside. He's expanding his economy to the middle of the map. Those 3 villagers are idle now because the gold is mined out. And looks like Dobbs is holding at this point. Relic numbers 4 for Dobbs. This is very important. Relics are behind the stable and barracks from the start. If Stefan can get the relics, this game might turn here. That siege workshop, I'm not sure if it's going up. It looks like Dobbs has enough military units here, 73 in total, and that's a good number here. Finally going for the cap drums to take down these barracks, and that siege workshop coming up as well. I think cap drums is a good option here. It's not really good against siege rams, but you need some siege units that can get rid of all the buildings once you have the military advantage and are starting to push. Stefan still with a decent amount of wood and food in the bank. Dobbs resources a little bit lower, and that's the difference in the economy that we said before. Stefan had 130 villagers and more for a long time in this game, and we are seeing a very long post-Imperial Age fight. I'm really surprised to see that players are playing so equally here, but I'm really happy about it as well. Now there's siege rams again from Stefan, attacking the walls, being annoying. Dobbs is calling the GG here with... Oh, he lost. Where did he lose all the military units? I'm not sure. I missed that. He's suddenly on 17, open on the left. Did he lose a big fight? Did he lose all the elite skirmishers to the hussars maybe? That's not sure. There was a lot of military units left for him, but somehow he's very low on everything now. And while Stefan is population capped, Dobbs is only on 123, just over 100 villagers, and he's calling the GG here. Yeah, Stefan definitely had a lot of map control, had the momentum going for himself, had the siege ramps to push. Hope you enjoyed this game. First game between Stefan and a few different players on Arena. I think Dobbs was only the one game. See you in the next games. GG.